Hello and welcome to another Postmortem for Open Fishing Excel. This one will be about why I did early access and like the whole situation with that. Why I chose to do it, why it was a bad idea, and why it was a good idea for me personally. And meanwhile, I'm doing some beautiful fishing in my beautiful game. It's really fun. It's released on Steam, so that's why I'm making these postmortem videos, just to show you like how does someone make their first game and actually get it on the Steam and not distracted or something. So that's basically what I'm trying to show with this game here. And that's why these videos exist. So, hopefully they'll help you out. Like and subscribe, of course. And let's actually get into what I was going to talk about. So, why is it a bad idea to release your game in early access after like having it on Steam for like a week or two? Like the page being up. And I waited like literally the minimum amount of time you could do it, I'm pretty sure. And that maybe it was like a month. I think it was slightly longer than the minimum amount, but it was like a month or so ish for me to release it on Steam. From posting the page, and that's a terrible marketing move. But it is good for other things, so that's why I did it. But I'll get into that later. If you want to know more about the marketing situation of early access, How to Market the Game has a great blog post on it about how you should do early access and how it works. Basically, the short story of it is your early access release is just like your full game release. And that's essentially like that's it. Like once you release into early access, Steam sees that as you are out. And your wish lists, which are really important if you know anything about Steam marketing. If you don't, watch more of How to Market the Game guy's video. He's great. He's really helpful. And yeah, like that guy. But essentially, it's not the best marketing move. So you'll get less sales and stuff. And I bet if I hadn't done early access, I could have made this game probably earn me around, I don't know, of course, but like 10 to 20,000, I would estimate probably. Like if it had released at first as what it is now, I think it would have done so much better. But and like with all the wish list build up and stuff like that, it still and like the demo being out, stuff like if I had done that, it thought I just heard a bat or some shit in my house. I think it was just my heating. But yeah, so essentially, you want to get your you want to get a demo out and stuff instead of doing early access. I think honestly, the best route I could have taken is get a demo out. Essentially, just do early access, but with the demo, and build up hype like that. But I feel like less people would have played it, and or not like in the end, but like the demo compared to the full game. Maybe that's not true. I don't know. I didn't know anything about marketing back then. So essentially, you shouldn't be doing the early access thing like I did if you want to make as much money as possible. And you also shouldn't be doing it if you want to release at first as your best game. If you look at my reviews graph on Steam, there's about 33 now. And like after release, they're all positive. Before release, they're not all positive, but they're still more positive than the game was actually good. Like most of the early positive reviews were like, this game is gonna be great. And then the like later, like post-release and during release, oh no, I caught too many fish and now my inventory is full. Oh, that's annoying. Oh well. So if you wanna really make your like release your game and have it immediately be seen as like, wow, this is great, don't do this either, because I waited like 2 months. I actually have a video about how I did that I released like recently after making it. In which, you know, like, I don't know, I probably said some stuff that wasn't completely accurate about marketing stuff, because I hadn't seen any marketing stuff yet, but, you know, but yeah, so like, if you wanna, if you want your game to immediately be great, don't do this, because, you know, stuff, because, you know, you just don't have enough time, essentially. Like, when this game released, I don't think it was fun. It just was very, very, very basic. But it was like $5, so that's I think how I got away with it. I also think I could have charged more for the game if I had waited longer to release it. Like I hadn't done early access and just had waited the 8 months of development time and then released it. Then the game would have been like more expensive and I would have made more money as well. But I didn't do that. And here's why. And here's why it's a good idea for some people. So essentially, you get something out. You're in now. So you have to like keep supporting this thing, and like there's some very soft pressure to you working on it. So that's helpful, and you just have something out. You can say within 2 months, I've released my first game. I mean, not really 2 months of starting game development, like probably like 6, 7 months after you start doing game development. I feel you could make a game like Open Fishing pretty easily. At least Open Fishing when it first released, of course. But you wouldn't be missing out on sales and stuff. And to get feedback, so I got a whole bunch of feedback. I thought this game wouldn't be as good if I had waited till it was released. Like the game now, after release, and the game, hypothetical game, if I hadn't done early access after release, probably would have been... Essentially, the early access version is better than the non-early access version, even though that one doesn't exist, and it's like a hypothetical version. But I feel like the feedback helped me a lot. Also, it's just motivating. Which is my third point. Like, motivation is huge when you actually have a game out and you're making money off of it, even if it's like a meager amount. It's so like cool to have a game out and have that like you can say like, oh hey, I got a check from Steam, or not a check, you just like put it in your bank account. But like that's cool, you know, you've put out a game, so that's like super motivating to actually be making money off of it and stuff. So yeah, that's why I did it. That's why I think it's a good idea for some people. So if you really feel like you can't get something out without having like that push behind you, it's not like a big push. I'm not like a very deadline-y person, but if you like, it's a very soft deadline having to like update your game. So it's like, it's not the most pressure, but there is like a little pressure. There's some people waiting for you to make updates and stuff. I had like a tiny community, I still do. I have a Discord, you can join that somewhere, I bet. Probably in the description. So hop in there and you can see my community of like 40 people or something in there now. I think the demo for my other game worked a lot for that as well. For getting people on there. But yeah, like it's just really cool. And I got a whole bunch of conversations in the Steam discussions on Open Fishing. It's just more fun to have an early access game in a way. So that's like that's like a consideration, I suppose. It's not something you should do. It's not something that's optimal, but it's something that might be optimal depending on your situation. But on average, I wouldn't say it's a good idea. But that's why we do a postmortem. That's so you can learn from my mistakes and maybe replicate some of my mistakes, because they weren't that mistakes after all. That was a weird way of saying that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this postmortem. And goodbye. Oh wait, I should probably end on a nice... Yeah, it's a nice view of that.